Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. What are we talking about today? The 5 types of pain. 5 types of pain. I didn't know what I was going to talk about today. I had some things I was going back and forth with. I was like boundaries, triggers, and then I stumbled across some notes I had back in May about pain, the 5 types of pain. And I had a conversation with a young lady that kind of reminded me of the younger me. And when I asked her age, she was like, I'm 28. And I remember at 28, I was lost in the sauce. I was so mad and so angry and so bitter. And I didn't even know it. Like, the thing about these different types of pain, a lot of times we don't even know, we don't even realize it, right? So the 5 types of pain, you have genetic pain, you have grudge pain, you have group pain, and you have the giant pain, and then you have growing pain. So let me break them down. The genetic pain is the type of pain you don't pick. The grudge pain is the pain that we hold on to and won't let go of. Then you have the group pain. The group pain is the pain that's influenced by the group. Then you have the giant pain. The giant pain is the pain that transforms us. Then we have the growing pains. Growing pains are the pains you need for expansion. The pain will leave you once it's done teaching you. Listen, I was holding on to this pain for so long. I met my dad when I was about 13 or 14 in prison, right? He stayed in prison until I turned 28, okay? I turned 28, he got out of prison. He was already married. He got married when he was in prison. He had a family already. I felt like I was let down again because I had these expectations of what I wanted our relationship to be, what I wanted him to be, and it was not happening. I never had a conversation with him about it, okay? First of all, I was so angry, so mad, and so bitter. I was stuck. I didn't even know it, right? And I was hurting people because I was hurting. It's not an excuse. I was hurting people because I was hurting, but I didn't even know I was hurting. Like, there were things I would do. I would leave people before they left me because I didn't want to be abandoned or rejected, because that's the story that I had imprinted in my brain. That's the belief. Okay. That's how I was. Okay. I didn't want them to leave me like my daddy left me. Right. That's the story I was telling myself. I was stuck in the pain until I was about 44. Literally, I was stuck in this pain until age 44. When I wrote my book, I was working with my editor, and we started talking about the book, right? We started telling my story. And there was stuff there that I didn't even know was there. You hold on to the pain for so long until you just don't even know it's there, right? And then you just like forget things. Like certain things are just like, I don't even know. I don't even know what age he was when he went to prison. Like, I don't know because I didn't meet him until I was 14, right? So it's just some parts of the story I don't know. Like, I don't. So we begin to distort things, begin to make things up. And I just, when I was talking to her, I'm like, man, at 28, I didn't know who I was. Like, you wrote this amazing book, and she has a book out, y'all. This is her book. And it's called A Letter to My Deadbeat Dad. And her name is Taylor Michelle Coleman. Her book, when I say it's a self-published book. She self-published this book. It is so raw. And I feel and I hear the pain. And I asked her, we had a conversation, and I said, how old are you? She said, I'm 28. And I just started thinking, man, at 28, I didn't even know who I was. I didn't. And the fact that she can articulate exactly how she feels, how she felt. And she wants to help other young ladies. She wants to help other people, single parents. And her story is just, whew. And I start thinking about these types of pain. Like, it's all a setup. When I say it's a setup, I was sitting here thinking about, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to discuss? I was like, it was between boundaries. It was between what else? What else I had? Triggers, and then the pain. And once I had a conversation with her, it was clear that I wanted to talk about the pain. Because a lot of us get stuck in the pain. And we can't move forward and we can't move backwards and we don't even know we're stuck. So let me break these different types of pain down. Pain and life can be painful. Nevertheless, pain can be productive, right? Look at the book, right? We have books, we have coaching, we have different things. You take that pain and you make it purposeful, right? Because it's teaching you something, okay? The reason why a lot of people get started is because of pain, right? I experienced this. I want to help somebody else that's experiencing that, right? Purpose. So will you allow the pain to be a prison or a passport? Will you allow the pain to be a prison or a passport? So let me go back to the 5 types of pain again. You have genetic pain. That's the type of pain that you don't pick. Then you have, the grudge pain. That's the pain that we hold on to and won't let go of. Then you have the group pain. That's the pain that's influenced by the group. Then you have the giant pain. That's the pain that transforms us. Then you have the growing pain. That's the pain needed for expansion. So here's what happens, okay? We get stuck in the moment of the offense, holding on to the old pain, not realizing you survived it. Let me run it back. We get stuck in the moment of the offense, holding on to the old pain, not realizing you survived it. Time doesn't and it's not going to stop you because you're in your feelings. Time is not going to stop because you're in your feelings. A grudge will make you walk backwards. Evaluate your group. Either you're going to start looking like your group or your group is going to start looking like you. And if you're in my group and you're not if you're in my group and you're not on what I'm on, then I'd rather win by myself than lose in a group. A giant is anything bigger than you and what you can handle. That's the giant pain. When you're in a relationship, you are joining each other's pain. When you're in relationships, you're joining each other's pain. A cup with a crack will never experience overflow. God will never deliver you from what he can develop you in. Who's being hurt because of the walls in your life? What happens, we develop these walls from this experience, from this pain, and we say things like, well, I ain't gonna never get in a relationship, and I ain't gonna never let anybody get close to me again, and I ain't gonna never that again, and I'm just this, and I'm just that, and you are building these walls up, right? Strongholds exist in your mind. They're made up of thoughts and images. A stronghold is something you hold on to mentally as facts. Okay? I ain't going to celebrate. I remember the last time so-and-so happened. I ain't going to do this. I remember the last time I got hurt. I ain't going to do this. We just start. That's a stronghold. It's got your hem up. Okay? It's hard to grow up when there's so many things that you didn't grow out of. It keeps like arrested development. There's this experience, right? And you get stuck in it. And you live your life according to this experience over and over again, right? 25 years of a stronghold is not going to be fixed overnight. It took me time. You know how long that thing had me? I'm going to say 13, 14 to age 44. That's how long it had me. It took time. And we can tell people, oh, forgive, oh, this, oh, that. And it's not that easy. You got to heal first, right? You have to heal. Get the help, get the support you need to heal. Because it's forgiveness. It sounds simple, but it's not. For people who have experienced so much of this pain, who have been stuck in this pain for decades and decades, all right? The brain is different, okay? The brain is different. There's a difference between the brain. Your brain is housed by the mind, and your mind is housed by your soul. We often talk to God about our promises. Nevertheless, we shut down to God about our pain. We talk to him about what we want. We don't talk to him about our pain. When was the last time you prayed and all you talk about was how much it hurts? If you never learn how to express yourself, you will continue to allow the shutdown to kill what communication could heal. I need to say that again. If you never learn how to express yourself, you will continue to allow the shutdown to kill what communication could heal. Pain can be more than a feeling, it can be fuel. Pain can be more than a feeling, it can be fuel. Take that pain, all right, and turn it into a profit, right? Take the pain. This is what me and Taylor did. Take the pain. This is Taylor's book. This is my book. Take the pain and turn it into a profit. The pain can be a prison, or the pain can be a passport. It can be a prison or a passport. And then I want to talk a little bit about forgiveness. And I know it takes time to get here. It takes time to get to forgiveness. You know, it does. It took me decades to get there. I was going through the motions and I was feeling all this stuff and I never expressed it because I didn't know how to. I didn't have the words for it. I had to do a lot of personal development. I had to do coaching. I had to do therapy. I had to get the help I needed in order to heal. And once I healed, I began to forgive. Okay? It's a process. It is a process. So as I'm talking to her yesterday, I hear the pain. I literally hear the pain. I see the pain on the pages of her book. So much pain, so much hurt, so much. And I understand it. Her feelings are valid. Her anger is valid. It is, right? And it takes time to get to forgiveness. And there's so many unanswered questions in her book. There's so many unanswered. You just got to get it. It's just so juicy. It's so many things that she doesn't have the answers to, right? She just doesn't. And it's just like, I feel the pain, right? I literally having a conversation with what I feel like the younger version of me. When I was in that pain, I didn't know how to do this. I didn't know how to self-publish my own book. I didn't know what those feelings I was holding on to. I didn't know how to express that. Because people in my family, we didn't talk about it. We don't talk about what goes in this house. What goes on in this house stays in this house. We don't tell people our business, right? So a lot of stuff I had to unlearn. When I began to share, or when I began to help other people, I began to heal as well, right? That's when I began to heal. When I started helping other people, I didn't know what healing and help looked like for me. I didn't know that, so I just started sharing. And as I started sharing, people was like, "I needed to hear that," and thank you, and it was just all kinds of stuff was happening, right? Then I got into coaching, right? I went there just, for me. I wasn't going there to say I'm gonna be a coach. That was never my plan. But as I saw my transformation, I said I could do that for somebody else. That little girl was trapped in me. My little girl was running the show. She was running the show, right? She was running the show, and I was like, no. I love you, and I love you, and I had to let her know I got this. We're gonna do our work. We're gonna forgive. We're gonna heal, right? We're gonna let that stuff go, because that pain you went through is a passport. It's not a prison. You're in a jail cell that's wide open, right? That's where the pain has you stuck. You're in a jail cell that's wide open, and all you got to do is walk out. That's all you got to do is walk out. But when you've been sitting there stuck for so long, I'm listening to a sermon, and it's about the lady who was bent over for so long. Like, she just didn't think she could. She had accepted the fact that this is how she was gonna be, right? Sometimes that pain does that for us, and it's all just blowing my mind as it's coming together. And as I'm having a conversation with a young lady, I'm gonna actually do an interview with her soon. I don't know the date just yet, and if within the next week or so, I want to bring her on and have her share her story. And that's what it's about, healing, right? You go through that stuff. You don't just go through the pain just to go through the pain. The pain is supposed to teach you something. And I'm telling you, the pain is not going to stop until it teaches you. And it's going to keep coming. It might come through different people, but it's going to keep on coming. I'm telling you, it's going to keep on coming until you learn. It's going to keep on coming until you learn. And forgiveness, like I said, forgiveness comes after the healing. What does how to forgive, right? People tell us, oh, forgive. Jesus says forgive. Okay, well, how do you do that? Like, how do I do that? All right. Well, first you have to acknowledge that you haven't forgiven, right? First, acknowledge, you know what, I haven't forgiven. Second, you want to ask, why haven't I forgiven? Why haven't I forgiven? Third, you want to ask, what is this costing you to hold on to this? How long? And when I'm talking to people, when I'm getting ready to coach them or ask them, we have a consultation. One of the questions I ask now is, how much longer do you want to hold on to this pain? What is holding on to this pain? What is that costing you? And how much longer are you going to pay? Holding on to this pain holding on to that pain was costing me. The moment I began to do my work, the moment I began to heal, the moment I began to forgive, all kind of doors start opening. When I tell you there's so many doors began to open once I let go and I let God. Listen, there's so many things started happening. I am so self-aware. I'm so self-aware because I'm constantly making investments. I am constantly doing the work. I am constantly listening to books. I am constantly listening to podcasts. I am in the work. I am about the work. It is healing. We are not meant to be in pain for the rest of our lives. There's no way I'm going to walk. It's like walking around bent over and you can stand straight up. It's like sitting in a prison cell with the doors wide open. I refuse to stay stuck in pain. And I want to help other people realize that you don't have to stay stuck there either. Like that thing that almost took you out. Like, look at that, because that is your purpose is somewhere in it. I'm telling you, my purpose was hidden in the fact that I felt abandoned. I felt rejected from my father, right? So I made terrible choices in relationships, blaming it on him. If my daddy was there, then it wouldn't be this and it wouldn't be that. I wouldn't be like this. And I'm a grown woman now. No, ma'am. Unacceptable. What you gonna do? Because you are your own rescue. Mama, daddy ain't coming up. You have to do this to yourself. You have to take your hand. You got this. Let's go. Who do you need to help you? What resources do you need? Therapy, counseling. What do you need? Who do you need? Because what we ain't going to do is stay stuck here for the rest of our lives. I am not going to live my life stuck in pain. I'm not. I'm going to take that pain. I'm going to turn it into a profit. I'm going to help somebody else. Help somebody else. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's about helping somebody else. I went through that. Guess what? You can come through it too. Look at me. Look at me. I was in a cycle of destructive relationships. Period. Like, I can't blame nobody else. I picked them people. People be like, this person ain't this and this person ain't that. And I picked them. Okay? I picked them. I chose them. I ain't gonna sit there and beat somebody else up about choices I made. And as a person who came from a single parent home, I also have kids, and I was a single parent as well. I picked them. But that's why healing, you have to heal because you'll continue to pass it on. You'll continue to repeat the cycle. That's why healing is a must. It's not no, I don't think I'm ready. Well, how long are you going to stay stuck in that pain? How much more is it going to cost you? You are your own rescue. Get the help, get the support you need, and you don't have to stay stuck in it. The doors are wide open. They're wide open. All you got to do is get up and walk out. That thing already happened. You already made it through it, and you're sitting there stuck. And you don't have to be. You can get up. You can get up. You can get the help that you need, whatever that looks like for you, whether it's therapy, whether it's counseling. I don't know. Whatever works for you. Figure out what works for you. Help somebody else. That's when my journey began. When I started doing videos and helping and just sharing my story, that's when things started to shift. Things started to change. And God was just sending people in my life that I needed. He was. You know what? I don't know what's going on. Lord, send me who you need me to help. Send me someone to help me. Right? And pay attention. Pay attention. That's it. As I'm talking to this young lady, I felt like I was talking to me. And this is what I'm about. Helping the younger version of me. Because I know what it's like to be stuck in that pain. I know what it's like to not know who you are. I know what it's like to just feel like this is it. I don't know anything else. Like, what else do I do? Who am I? I don't know. I don't know. And you might not never get that apology. You might not never get that closure. And you got to be okay with that. You got to be okay with that. And I was when she told me her story reminded me of Pastor Keon's story. And I don't know if you know Pastor Keon, but his story is he grew up in a single parent home. He found out who his father was in church. His father was a married man. And he went to him, wanted to have a conversation with him. He was like, no, we can't do this right now. Took him into his office. Basically, he didn't want anything to do with him. Moral of the story, he didn't want anything to do with him. He had to be okay with that. It took time. And on his father's deathbed, guess who came? Guess who talked to him? Guess who forgave him? It takes time. And you might not never get that relationship back. You might not never have that relationship. You might not never get that closure. You might not never get that apology. But it is up to you to rescue yourself. It's up to you to get the help that you need for you. So you can live a fulfilling life. So your kids can see what healing, what a healthy parent looks like. Because I'm telling you, your kids are watching the show. So you want to show them that I am whole. I am healthy. I got this. Right? So if you don't do it for you, do it for them. And if you don't have kids, do it for you. Because you matter. You matter. You have to take action. Talk about it with someone. Write a letter. Right? Forgive yourself. And ask the question, what is the truth? You've gotten past this. Right? You've gotten past this. A lot of people are stuck in the pain. You already made it through it. You already made it through the experience, but you living like you're still in the experience, right? That's what pain does. You've made it through that experience and you living like you're still in the experience. Keep talking about the pain. Keep talking about the pain. Just like picking a sore. How can a sore heal when you keep on digging the scab off? You have to let it, give it air, give it oxygen so it can heal. Right? And healing looks different for everybody. Healing looks different for everybody. Get the help that you need or stay stuck. Your pain can be a prison or a passport. Prison or a passport, right? Nobody knew I was feeling this stuff. Nobody knew that this stuff was going on in me, all right? Until I let it out. And once I let it out, that's when my healing began. Talking about it, sharing it. And you know what? It's not about making nobody look bad. This is my experience. And nobody gets to tell you how you experience what you experienced. Your pain, your feelings, your anger are valid. They are. So let it out. That's what I did. I let it out and I use that pain as a passport. Thank you, cuz. Love you. I use that pain as a passport. That's it. Nobody get to tell me, oh, well, don't say this and oh, don't do that. No, I have to do it for me, for the generation behind me, for my children. They're watching, even if they're grown. If I can do it, they can do it too. And that's what it's about. Heal. Get through that pain. Get through that pain and go help somebody else. That's what it's about. I went through what I went through so I can come help somebody else. That's it. He wasn't there. He doesn't have the capacity to give me what I need. I had to be okay with that. It's tight, but it's right. I had to be okay with that, right? And once I forgave, that was the biggest part. And I'm telling you, from the age of 28 to the age of 44, I was mad for so long, stuck for so long. I was sitting in a prison cell, the doors wide open. And all I had to do was get the help that I needed. Through coaching, through therapy, through mentoring, like whatever it takes. Reading, listening to books. Like they're counselors, there's therapists I follow on podcasts and YouTube, right? And I get that. I mean, if you can't afford to go to sit down with somebody, there's so much information out here. So many resources out here. The door is wide open. You are your own rescue. You are. So I get to help other people because I first help myself. I get to share my lessons with other people because I first learned them myself. You get what I'm talking about? This young lady here, she wants to help other people through her book, through her message, through her experience. Through her book, through her message, through her experience. That's what it's about. Taking that pain, turning into a profit. That pain is not a prison. The doors are wide open. You do not have to stay stuck in what happened, who left, what didn't work out. Because you are your own rescue. You are. You got to get up. You got to save and rescue yourself. It's up to you. If it is to be, then it's up to me. So that's all I got. The 5 types of pain, let me run them back again. The genetic pain, that's the type of pain that you don't pick. Then you have the grudge pain, that's the pain that we hold on to. Then we have the group pain, that's the pain that's influenced by the group. Then we have the giant pain, that's the pain that transforms us. And then we have the growing pains, that's the pain you need for expansion. The pain will leave you once it's done teaching you. Right? That's it. That's all I have. Forgiveness comes after healing. You got to get the help that you need for you. And the generation behind your kids are watching. Right? The people that look up to you are watching. Show them that healing is possible. Forgiveness is possible. Letting go of these bags, right? You don't want to carry those bags around. They're heavy. They weigh you down, right? They block your blessings. Let the bags go so you can continue to elevate, right? You can help other people, but you first got to help you. I would not be here had I not done the work, been doing the work in the work. I would not be here sharing this, right? And once you heal, you turn into somebody else because the person who you were, you're not that person anymore. Allow me to reintroduce myself, right? That healing is going to transform you. It will transform you. And I wrote down a quote I saw earlier. Did I? Forgiveness comes after healing. That ain't it. I don't know what I did with it. But anyway, it's about the pain and how pain is just, the pain is not going to leave you until it teaches you. Right? And once it teaches you, guess what? Learn the lesson. If you don't learn the lesson, you're just going to keep repeating the test. Okay? You're going to keep repeating the test. Hello, Regina from Arizona. How are you? You're going to keep repeating the test. Pass the test. Honey, I don't know about you, but I don't want to keep taking the same test. Teacher, can I get a new test? Because this test I'm done with. I got an A, B, C, whatever. Whatever I need to pass. Get that, okay? Because they're going to keep coming. It's going to keep coming. And you have the answers. Here's the thing about the test that we get. We have the answers. Because if you didn't have the answer, the teacher ain't going to give you no test, no surprise test over the information they have not went over the information with you with. They taught you the information already. So when they hand you the paper, we're going to have a pop quiz that day. We have a surprise test today. You already good. You already Gucci because you got the answers. And the answers are the teaching that you had prior to. Okay? Pass the test. You have the answers. You have the answers in here. You do. Tap in because you got the answers. Some of the questions are multiple choice. Some of the questions are fill in the blank. Either way, you got the answers. Pass the test. Or keep sitting in that same classroom over and over again. And sometimes you might have to start over, right? And in order to get to college, you have to be a freshman again. In order to graduate college or high school, right? You got to be a freshman again. And it's okay because you're not starting over from scratch. You're starting over from wisdom. Okay, that's something I had to learn. You're not starting over from scratch. You're starting over from wisdom. Pass the test. Because you got the answers. Check in. Tap in. Because you have the answers. Period. Get the help. Get the support you need. You do not have to stay stuck in pain. We are not supposed to be living life in pain. No. Learn the lesson. Help somebody else. Learn the lesson. Help somebody else. Right? And then we just keep repeating that. Keep repeating that. Somebody else, you teach somebody, you show somebody something, guess what? Let me show you what somebody showed me. And you just keep doing that. That's what it's about. Thriving. Not just surviving and struggling, and you don't have to. The prison doors are wide open. It's open. You are your own rescue. I'm done. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Talking happy thirsty. I am complete. I hope you have the most amazing Saturday on purpose. My Saturday, I don't know how my Saturday is going to be. I am attending a funeral. I'm ushering at a funeral, and I don't know how. You just don't know how it's going to be. It's supposed to be a celebration. When someone transitions, but you don't know how emotionally it takes a toll on you. So I'm going to have the day that I'm going to have. I'm going to say that. I'm going to have the day that I'm going to have. And I thank you guys for tuning in. I thank you for your comments and hearts. And I'm just a woman on a mission to help other people by sharing my story, my testimonies, my personal life experience, and the things that I'm learning. And I hope this has been a productive conversation. I'm going to end my podcast.